Stop.
Ooh, and away we go, back into the fray, back into after shows, back into an omnibus. Yes, an omnibus. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it all. Star Trek Prodigy has dropped. We've had so much fun.
I took an omnibus to the grocery store one time.
we dived into the fray that is Star Trek Prodigy over the week. We got 10 episodes just washed upon us. We have 20 to go. We have 10 that we've seen. We've put it all in the crevices of our bodies to really, really get a full understanding of how wonderful this show is. And
this is a kid show.
And we've lost 2 people. Come back. It was a joke. Yes, there's so much to dive into.
I don't blame them. I'm about to bail out.
Well, came back. Hi, thanks for hanging out with us. We're talking about Star Trek Prodigy, one of the best cartoons, and arguably one of the better shows that has come out in modern Trek. We're gonna hop into it, but I want to ask first, how are my Jasons?
Oh, good. All I got to say is space, time, and fart. That's what it is, right?
Yeah. Jason?
I'm disgusted and a little ashamed that I'm here.
Oh, well, then you're in good company. Let's hop into the first one. Doo-doo-doo.
Yes, the first one. Into the Breach.
Into the Breach.
Part 1 and 2, guys.
Yes.
We're going to be doing in part 1. Like, if they're double episodes, I'm just treating it as like one story.
Yep. Jason, if you please.
Fair. Dahl and his friends board Janeway's starship to investigate the wormhole created by the protostar. Tired of his training, Dahl longs for some action. Gwyn runs into a familiar foe on the planet Solom. Janeway reveals the true stakes of their mission to Dahl and his friends.
Yes, there will be some moments where we're wondering what's going to happen to the kids. Are the kids going to make it? And we'll get into all of that. But we did get a new set of kids that joined with our beloved guys. We were talking about were they the Delta Quadrant? Because it was like a
Nova Squad.
Nova Squad, yes, thank you.
Oh my God.
And that was kind of a what do you call it? A foreshadowing, because we got a very special guest character for this season, the first half.
We did, yes.
We did.
Yeah, so I think that was foreshadowing.
You might call this character Star Trek's first Prodigy.
Yes, indeed. That's very well said. Very well said. With that, thanks for joining us. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Those things help us out so much, and we appreciate each time you do that, because it helps us amazingly in the future as we beam on into this episode. So, guys, what did you think about it? Let's just have a free-for-all. Let's have a little bit of unconstructed old school class.
New Voyager. That's the one way to start it. We got a new Voyager.
We got a Voyager-A flying up.
Voyager-A.
Yeah.
Everyone like it?
Do you like it? I love it.
I like the outside. I did not like the inside. The inside was gray and colorless and joyless and felt like a prison cell. The outside was beautiful. The inside, not beautiful.
There you go. And like, I've got a few points here. I might just blow through a few points. People
go for it,
if you want. The doc. What do we think about Robert Picardo making his big bang? He sounded off in these first few episodes. It was great to see him. I have
to agree. Yes, he did sound off. I've been trying to think if Robert Picardo has done voice acting in the past. I'm surely he has. I didn't bother looking up his IMDb credits, but I will say, and I know my Figure Universe just said, remember, no spoilers for episode 11 through 20. So this is an observation that goes through 11 through 20, but it is not a spoiler. He gets better. He gets better as it goes on. He was just rather stilted, and I don't think the sound mix helped, because to me the sound mix while he was giving his lines was off. It was like they were too quiet. and I'm not sure what the deal was, but I noticed that because that was the preview scene that they showed us some months ago. Was the Doctor introducing himself to the Prodigy crew? It just sounded off, and I thought surely they'll fix it. They didn't fix it. Nope, they didn't fix it.
You know what I think also?
They went to Paramount Plus and said, "Can we fix this?" They were like, "No, you're poopy."
Yeah, he did Elfquest, believe it or not.
Okay.
That counts. And then Liz brought up a good point. He did Johnny Cab.
Yeah. We'll be jumping into the comments a few times.
Thank you, Jace. Yes, we will. We'll get to you guys.
After every 3 episodes, we'll dive into the chat room.
Yeah.
Wait your turns.
The other thing I think, which also really affects, I think, the voice with the Doctor, and it does with a lot of the characters, the facial animation on the humans is quite average in the show. Like how they emote physically in their face is not that great. It's fantastic for every other species. And I was going through that, but for the humans, they keep it very stoic. And with someone like the Doctor, he's talking in very operatic ways. He's being a big personality, yet we don't see it physically either. So I think that's why it's a little bit off. But it was great to see him again. It's a big warm hug, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. There's also the small fact that they've kind of aged a bit in the last 30 years, so they don't sound exactly as they were back in the day. True. But I would happily spend time with an older, wiser Doctor. My only complaint is that he didn't call himself Joe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very good point.
Right.
Very
good call. Good call. And for the second half of this episode, this is the one that leaves off with them getting the protostar, or is this before they get to the
Infinity?
The Infinity you're talking about. And that's
that's right. Yeah, that's
they get sucked into the wormhole. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, can I just point out my own stupidity? Why has it taken me 50 years to figure out that the Borg is actually short for cyborg? Which I thought was pretty great.
Do you want an honest answer, or do you want me to be sensitive to your feelings?
Don't be sensitive to that.
I want an honest answer.
Misnomer that it didn't occur to me at any point in my life. But yeah, there you go. Also,
first time they've ever said it out loud, so that could.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't remember them ever saying it, but I thought it was implied.
Yeah, it was gathered. It was implied very heavily.
Yeah.
Very heavily. That's all right. I'm just pointing out my own limited knowledge. That's all.
Look, guy, he has robotics on skin.
It's like he's some kind of a
cyborg.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to be fair, though, usually hear the first half of that word applied to a science fiction, like the Cylons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's usually some sort of, and then they kind of flipped it. I have no excuse. Let's move on.
Yeah.
The Infinity ship. What did we think of the Infinity ship?
Very Halo-esque to me.
Yes. Great call. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, cool. Sweet. Yeah.
I was right to say
it was a
Maquis
Raider. That's all. It was just a Maquis Raider. It was a Maquis Raider that was a little bit more squatty. It was okay. It served a purpose, but honestly, it could have been a runabout. It could have been a shuttle. It wouldn't have mattered. I was underwhelmed by the design. Thought it was too boxy.
When it did its thing and started to do the temporal stuff, did it also remind you of the ships from the Matrix?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, I was like, this is like kind of Matrixy in some way too. So it was a nice mix of things. It was interesting the way they did that, and I really appreciated the way they handled it. It was very different and a fun way to amalgamate a lot of different sci-fi from previous into this. So it was pretty cool. And then they landed on the planet with Chakotay. So I guess are we good on this episode? Ready to hop into?
Yeah, I mean the only other thing I want to mention is how Rock come up with a way to stop the tribbles breeding, which I thought was just a throwaway line, but I love the fact that she figured it out.
Yeah.
Didn't McCoy already do that though? Because he just came out and said, "Hey, if we stop feeding them, they stop breeding."
No, it's some sort of chemical thing that could stop.
Yeah, she.
Oh, come on, give Rock the love. What are you doing taking away?
She's gonna commit triple genocide. That's what we're doing.
It's not tribal genocide. It's
Manga.
tribal eugenics. It's something completely different, although still very unethical.
Yeah,
they're going to dump them on a planet, and then years later, they're going to get one little one's going to have a really good hair and a big chest.
That's it. Set the Alpha 5.
Yeah, the second,
I will
good
chase
first
you
episode.
around to Baron Nebula before I give you up.
Yeah. Oh my god. The second half of this episode, was it as memorable? Because it was like
good.
Everybody together.
Better, we're getting into plot. We're getting into plot now.
It was fine.
Yeah,
I mean, Gwendala, that whole dual kind of timeline thing, because we're really kicking into that pretty quickly, aren't we?
Yeah.
So,
true.
No, it was fine. Essentia, liked her as a villain.
Yeah.
Bit one note, but
Right.
a worthy villain. Have to have someone who was going to be as an equal as Gwendala, so I was cool with that. I had some question here. Is the wormhole Chakotay's a joke? Is the wormhole voice? Yeah, Chakotay's voice.
No.
And no, but I've got that.
That was somebody else for sure. Because Robert Beltran's one note, one voice, one note.
Don't come into the wormhole. Don't come into the wormhole. Don't Kuchi Moya. Don't come into the wormhole.
My people have a saying: "Don't come into the world." Oh man!
No, of course, Janeway's like, "Let's go into the wormhole."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, I was going to mention Gwyn meeting her father.
Chakotay's wormhole.
Oh, jeez. What'd you say, VHS, Chase?
Oh, it's all right. Go on.
All right.
I'm done.
We're so far away from what our comment was going to be. I don't need to go back.
We missed it. All right. Let us hop into the third episode, which yes. Temporal Mechanics 101.
That's not the third episode. The third episode is Who Saves the Saviors.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Oh, no. Who saves the... All right, Jason. Troy Gasson.
All right, here we go. Where would y'all be without me? I swear. Phone notification. Computer. Tea. Earl Grey. Hot.
Yes. Even as the tea.
Who saves the saviors? Traveling through the time rift, Dahl and the crew search for Chakotay on Solo. With the support of her father, Gwyn challenges Asena.
Now, I thought I had an image for this because I fubbed and the resolution wasn't good. But how dope were those Von Lacotte costumes?
Yeah. You know what they reminded me of? They reminded me of like Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
With that kind of the golden people, whatever
they
were, with the very Lord of the Rings, almost elvish type of headgear and that. Yeah. Very cool. I'm pulling out all the references to describe as I can.
Right. Now, if you are a gamer, as I was in the 90s, Valdo from Shining Blades or something like that.
Holy crap.
Soul Calibur. Yeah. He had that same type of get up in the later games. Yeah. So that was like, oh, okay. Some really, a lot of nods here. But second episode was amazing. The setup.
I just wanted to mention before we go to the second episode, we need to talk about Majel.
Oh, yes.
Because she was introduced. I think that's a big deal what they've done. I think it's a beautiful choice for a name to pay honor to her. And her character, it's spoiler for this whole review, is I think a big plus to this show.
I agree.
And she was actually quite good in this one too.
And of course, if you're not aware, friends, people that are listening, watching, this is a nod to Majel Barrett, who was the widow of Gene Roddenberry. So it was a really nice nod. And for those, I'll give it.
Also Nurse Chapel, also Luoxana Troy, daughter of the fifth house, holder of the sacred chalice of Reeks and heir to the holy rings of Beta Z, and the computer voice that we all miss so much.
Right.
Now I'm here to fart on your parade.
Oh, you didn't like that character?
I liked the character.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like the voice actress, and I will tell you why.
Oh,
I did not like Michaela Dietz's take on this character, and it's because Dal, Rock Talk, Zero, and Gwyn, they're all very natural.
Mhm.
They speak naturally. They have a very natural flow about it. I thought that Dietz made Majel too robotic, to the point
She's a
that it almost
Vulcan.
seemed like, to the point that it almost seemed like she was doing a character voice and not speaking with a regular voice. Because Dal speaks naturally. Gwyn speaks naturally. Zero speaks naturally. Majel, I have something to say here. I am speaking to you. It just seems like she's putting on a fake voice for all of these characters. Excuse me for a moment. Here are the keys. Go away. All right.
Was that the cat?
I don't know if I read it.
Drive your car?
Yes, that was the cat.
Don't do it.
Battle Cat, the driving cat, the cat to drive a car. Drives around all over the town. Battle Cat, the driving cat.
Oh man.
Anyway, yes, I wasn't a fan of the vocal performance. I just felt like Majel had a fake voice when everybody else had a natural voice, and I thought it made her not integrate very well into the group.
Okay. VHSJs.
I don't agree with that at all, but there you go.
I don't know. I don't agree not at all.
No, I don't agree. I think you're full of shit. Now, I'll move on.
Well, I'm not sure what one has to do with the other, but go ahead.
Well, what wasn't full of shit was Chakotay's first officer. Love the bird people. Also love Jenkins' bad puns. Good old Jenkins pulling out some good dad jokes there.
Yeah, he was.
The references to the Bell riots and the Cochrane test and how time travel has positively impacted the timeline, I thought was very, very cool. Which was pretty great. So, yeah. And the other thing I really loved in this episode was the fight between the Censure and our dearest, why have I gone blank? Come on, fill me in, please. Save the Aussie, the most amazing character that we have. Gwyn,
yes.
A Censure and Gwyn fight, I thought was great because she lost.
Was. All of that was missing. All that was missing was a little
bit, but it was a good fight. She was outclassed.
Oh, she was
definitely outclassed.
Asena was wicked.
Okay, no, she would have won if she did not start disappearing from space-time. She would have gotten out of the pit. She would have been fine.
Right.
I also think, Jay, she might have got one right through the chest.
Yeah.
No, she would have been fine. She wouldn't have paused it. Oh no, my hand is going through the thing. It's just because she stopped for a second. That's the only reason. Asena was beat, but it's because the universe conspired against our dear Gwyn that she won. That's it. That is it.
Joe, can you get the Joe Rogan UFC commentary on that? We'll just play it while
yeah, right. Oh no! Oh my God! In the face! Did you see that? Oh man! Yeah, that was a really cool battle scene, and then of course we get a pretty dope villain out of it, a new species to us anyway. As far as I'm aware, the Loom, those guys. Well, we get the threat of the Loom. There was a looming threat.
Yeah, we don't get any of that footage in this episode, though, do we?
The Loom's tentacles start to
Oh, we do get to see that in this episode? Because I didn't think.
Oh, yeah, because it was they were coming. We didn't know what it was, but we saw the Loom.
We just see kind of holographic tentacles coming out.
Yeah. You're like, what's that? We didn't know what it was until episode 9.
I thought it was the Schism's aliens. I was like, they are not doing that, are they? Oh my gosh. I really thought that's what they were doing. Can I just say, it's my headcanon that Adreek is Dr. Miggly Moo's cousin.
Oh, okay.
If that helps you.
Yeah.
With that.
Miggly Moo and Adreek are related. He was. Adreek was great.
I was like, I want to see a live action Adreek because it looked really good. I prefer Chakotay in CG, to be honest with you. But
I want to see a live action Miggly Moo. So, I don't think we're ever going to get what we want.
No.
Never do. Life disappoints us constantly.
I want a live action Loom. Those are really dope looking villains, man.
Just watch The Matrix.
Sentinels from The Matrix. Yeah, it's going to say.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that too. It's like, yeah, they did kind of a little bit of a rip, but it was worth it. Let's see. The other fun thing with this one was we got the whole time rift opening with Chakotay and the whole paradox of them sending themselves back in time to meet themselves, so to speak. So that's the whole goal of this series, is to them go back in time and meet themselves and start this great journey. So this is almost like a big time loop, which is kind of cool.
We're really digging into the time, which is a kind of thing where, didn't you at one point go, "Oh, we're doing time travel again, aren't we?" I will say they do it well.
They do very well.
They do.
Nice, yeah, they do well.
One thing I really appreciated about this is the theme that even the smallest thing can affect the future, and it's done twice. I'm not going to spoil the second one because it's in the second half of the season, but it was just Dahl leaving a phaser rifle, just that innocent leaving that there, and that completely screwed up the timeline. And then later in the series, we see how that's done, but in a positive way. It kind of like closes it.
Wait,
just puts a nice little coat on everything. I did, yes.
The whole thing? Oh my God.
The whole thing? The whole thing?
Yes. Yeah. Like no patience, like the fact at the cupcake store. Just give me more.
I am like a puppy at the food bowl. Put it in front of me. I'm just yes. I've watched the whole thing. That moment of Dahl leaving the phaser is echoed in the last episode, and it's a beautiful moment. It's an absolutely beautiful moment.
Got something to look forward to.
What about Gwyn meeting her father, McFly? That was
he was McFly. He was totally different. It's still John Noble, still doing the voice of the guy, but he's like a mechanic.
Yeah,
hey, how's it going?
I loved how what was his name? Elysium or Delirium, whatever his name was. I loved this guy this time around. He was whenever he was the diviner, he was such a great villain, and now he's just like, will you be my dad? You're just so great. He's just so excited he's got a daughter.
And empathetic and taking responsibility for what he learned, and just he's pretty well really great iteration of that character.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they did a great job.
John Noble's awesome.
John Noble's amazing. Is he from Australia as well?
Probably.
Or is he New Zealand?
English.
Oh, he's English. Oh, okay.
Mate, nobody eats cherries as good as him.
or tomatoes.
But he's in.
Oh man, Lord of the Rings.
The Rings reference.
Yeah, we reference stuff.
That room. Let's see what the people are.
Yeah, let's do it. Hit that bumper, and then I'll go through. Let's see. So greetings and salutations. There's hellos. Cosmic Space Mom saying hello.
Hello.
Just a reminder, no spoilers for episodes 11 through 20.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, so don't tell him.
I have a sniper lined up to take him out.
I waited 5 days to post my space-time thought fan art.
Oh, it's thought.
Yeah.
I get you now.
All right. Hi, I made it. This is getting interesting. Hello, Liz. Mind for the Universe.
Oh, yes. I think it's probably because of Joe's intro. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Captain Squadron. Have a great show, friends. Yes, Sir Gaines is again with us. Hello, sir. Good to see you again, Damon. Bob Ricardo was so nice to me, I'm assuming, at Toronto Comic-Con before the pandemic. That's cool. It's a nice... He was really nice to me in the DG and Icon, too. He's a nice guy. A lot of fun there.
Question. He is a great man.
If Robert Picardo was not nice, if he turned out to be a big douchebag, I would be crushed. I would be absolutely crushed.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else was bothered that there was... Okay, Jason just mentioned the Joe thought I had before I typed it out. If you notice, I'm wearing my glasses, so I'm able to read easily. Liz says, I think the action of the faces is meant for that style of show. It's almost like done by a new artist. I would stick with it. I'd hate for it to be part of an ex-Disney movie guy. Out before it was completed. I have to thank Jace for bringing out the Borg thought, though, because I honestly didn't know that before. All right, Jace, you got one.
Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, and you're right. It did remind me of the Nebuchadnezzar. That's the name of the show. I couldn't remember. It's like, what was the name of the ship for the Matrix? the Matrix? Was it the Matrix? No, it was the Nebuchadnezzar. All right, yeah. So it had Nebuchadnezzar vibes, totally. Liz, I haven't had sugar and I'm battered. Haha. Yes, agreed. My figure universe. Let's see. In my opinion, the season was solid. The first 10 really held my attention. So much, in fact, that I didn't want to turn it off. Yeah, I totally agree there. Totally agree.
It's a very plot-driven season, first half of the season, which I really like.
Yeah. Ironically, today's post was a Miles Barrett figure post.
Oh, wonderful.
That's awesome.
I saw that. I have
did
that one
see
right there over there. Yes.
Yes.
Hey guys, if you're not following My Figure Universe on Instagram, you're doing yourself a disservice.
I agree.
Please do. Coolest images.
Yeah, some of that stuff I didn't even know.
Yeah, all our guys on here are great.
Yeah, amazing. Liz puts up some hilarious things.
Yes,
I don't know it's for gains, and Damon's always posting some model stuff, and that's always stunning. So that's cool.
Just a reminder how hideous the rest of us are.
Yeah, it just reminds me.
Thanks, David.
I gotta pick up a donut. I'm like, don't eat that. We know the number. Watch out for Jason's cats. They are totally hitting that catnip too hard. Yeah. Thank you, sir. The Matrix inspired so much. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. It's a Doctor Who reference. There was a Doctor Who mention in this.
Yes, there was.
Oh yeah, I think maybe it's Disney in the background going, "Let's buy this stuff up." I kicked out all 20 episodes in one day. My figure universe.
Only one.
Amazing. I can't believe it.
Only one.
No.
There is no stopping Star Trek.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Except for Paramount canceling the show.
You cancel the shit out of this. And Lower Decks.
Hey, you know what? Paramount canceled the show, but it still came back on Netflix.
Yeah. Thank goodness for Netflix. All right. Let's hop to the next episode, which is probably one of my favorites.
It's Temporal Mechanics, I believe. Yes. Is that what we're up to? Yes. Yep. Temporal Mechanics 101.
Yes. I love this.
Moment, please. Here we are. Temporal Mechanics 101. Although separated by decades, the Infinity and the Voyager crews band together to save Gwyn's life. A mysterious messenger reaches out to Gwyn.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Very cool. New menace in the background. We're wondering, this is where the tentacles are really going for Gwyn. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got the Gwyn badge thing going on, the kind of akin to the hollow emitter for the Doctor. I thought that was a really neat connection.
I think you're missing the star of this show, and what the title of this episode should be called was Jankum Gets His Groove Back.
Yeah.
Because Jankum finally gets angry and everything starts working for him again.
Yeah. I agree.
Awesome. I agree. When he brings out the hammer.
Yeah, teaches children if you want something to work, hit
it. I can't believe it.
Hey, is this the episode where we get, you want to build a time machine?
Do you want to build a
awesome how-to guide? I was tickled pink about that presenter and the explanation of it, I think, and actually really useful for the audience as well.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And I love that they use the Enterprise A to do the timeline. It was like, oh, that's a nice little. And I was like, dude, y'all want to build a time machine?
Yeah, you can whip around the sun.
Yeah. Here's a speculative thing, and Jason Rogaston, please do not spoil it. But do we think that our good buddy Daniels will pop up because of all this timey-wimey stuff?
He can't comment.
He can't comment, but you can, Jason. VHS Jason.
No.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. He was so upset he couldn't comment.
He bailed out of it.
He just left. But he'll be right back. Stay with us.
He'll be right back. He did us a favor to make sure that he didn't spoil anything.
Yeah. We're finished talking about it. We appreciate you not spoiling.
Okay.
Texas internet, hey? Yeah.
It's that everything's bigger in Texas except for the internet cables. Yeah, I mean, the plan worked. They got out there. I love the holodeck versions of themselves running around the ship. They worked. I thought that was hilarious, and they worked a little bit too well.
Episode? Is the holograms one?
No,
No.
I'm mixing it up.
No, you're jumping right all over the place there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Joe.
Oh, Joe.
All right, you guys take it away. Come on.
No, we kind of mapped out what the episode was. It was really, I love the fact it was Murph working it all out as usual.
Yeah.
Not only is he the brawn, but he's also got the brains.
Yeah. And
Yes.
is this the one where they got him to talk for a little bit?
That's the next episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the next episode.
That's
You'll
okay.
catch up, Joe.
I'll get there. I'll get there one day.
You'll get there.
He won't.
No, I mean, the only thing is Jill Diviner, like seeing those parallel, because they had a couple of scenes of good guy versus, the evil one. So,
Right.
Which
was pretty dope.
Was nice. Yeah, that's all I had. What about you, Jace? Yep, he agrees.
Yep. All right.
Everybody's going quiet. We'll move on. So,
Next episode. The
Observer's kind of delay, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Observer's paradox. Here we go. Reunited on Voyager and under strict supervision, the gang must decode a secret message their mysterious benefactor left with Murph.
Oh, this is the episode where they get Murph to talk with the thing. Yeah.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this one.
It was fantastic, yes.
This is where Bonnie shows up, our good friend Bonnie that always plays with Teddy at the conventions. The Teddy Whisperer, so to speak. What?
Teddy let her live?
Yeah, Teddy loves Bonnie. He's all about Bonnie. No, he didn't do any of that. He was like, "Oh, it's Bonnie." Yikes.
Oh yeah, it's because he was in public and he's two-faced.
And Satan doesn't have charisma. Yeah.
He has all the riz. He has all the riz.
Return of Jellicoe.
Yes, Jellicoe came back. You should not go in that wormhole, Janeway. All right, we're going in the wormhole.
Say the words. You're not going into the wormhole. I promise I will not go into the wormhole.
Yeah. Wait a minute, Janeway. That sounds like you said an extra knot.
I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Call back later.
Call back later, yeah. There was some type
What about the mention about how bad the Cerritos crew was in this one? I loved it.
I loved how effortlessly this entire season wove into the Star Trek mythos. I'll be talking about it more next time we get together, whenever we talk about episodes 10 through 20. But that's just the beginning right there. It just weaves into everything, and I friggin' loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when she picks up the rock from the counter, Janeway, do we kind of... I'm not saying I'm a genius, because clearly I'm not. I admitted I just figured out what the Borg came from earlier.
We just came back.
She grabbed the rock from her shelf, kind of went, oh, that's a map.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else feel that? Because it was so on the nose?
Yeah. Jason?
The rock that Chakotay gave? What is
it? Yeah.
The one with the
spiral. The spiral.
Yeah. And she grabbed it off the shelf.
Yeah. It's a rock. It's a rock.
No, but it's what his people call a
and it had the spiral thing.
My people. Yeah. I just giving it to Janeway. It's like, I have something for you. It's a rock. Yes, it's like I don't know. It's from my people. Thanks for the rock. Excuse me, I'm allergic to rocks.
Remember the pet rock from the 70s came in this.
Oh wow, that's a throwback.
Wow.
But me and Jason talked about this the other night. There is on that shelf where she grabs the rock in the background, there's a big metal spider in a frame. Joe, do you know what that is referencing?
Not at all.
Jace, let him have it.
Now, this is not official. This is just my theory.
Oh,
I think it's part of her Bride of Chaotica costume.
Oh,
Queen Arachnia.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. I could be wrong. The producers could come out and say, no, that's whenever spiders invaded Voyager in that one episode you don't remember. But that's what I think. I think it's like part of her Arachnia costume.
Yeah, and when you go back and look at it, it looks very ornamental.
Yeah, it does.
It does look like it's part of a costume. So
yeah,
I thought that was kind of really cool. So,
yeah, very
but
cool.
The big thing, Joe, you kind of mentioned earlier is really about about Murph's transformation, right?
Yes, this is the one with the whales.
Okay,
And-
did you guys catch the whale's name?
No, what was the whale's name?
Jillian.
Really?
Jillian. The whale's name was Jillian. Jillian was,
Tonight-
of course, Dr. Jillian Taylor from Star Trek IV, the one with the whales.
Oh, yes.
This
So-
show is like a drinking game.
Yeah.
so-
Oh, you
Really
get that
is.
reference? Get out. Yeah.
My
Yeah, no,
headcanon is that this is George and Gracie's granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
I
love
that.
it.
I like
Love that.
I
Love
like
that.
Because why not name your child after the person who saved you?
Yeah.
Of course. Very, very normal. Very normal thing to do.
Yeah.
But I love the whole communicating, how they communicate with Murph, and
Very cool.
I thought it was really cool to see. And it's the beginning of Murph's evolutionary tale, I believe. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's foreboding for what's going to happen to that character
Humpback whale.
in the first 10 episodes. That is.
Yeah. Jason, say nothing. Say nothing. A lot of cool stuff going on there. This was the episode that again Bonnie was referencing about, because we got some of the computer voice. Murph's voice was a lot of fun. The individual that did Murph's voice was very cool. I think he's done a lot of other. No. When he actually spoke, and he was like all over the place. I think it was like the same guy that did Bumblebee or something like that. Very cool. Yeah, very cool.
Linguistically talented.
Yeah, linguistically talented. But yes, and this is the omnipresence that was reaching out to them, that built up into what would we find out in episode 9. But oh man, what a shock, what a surprise, what a moment when we get to episode 9. But
yeah, we're shooting ahead here, Joe.
Yeah, I always
let's
seem to
go to
do
episode 6.
Yeah,
episode 6
yes,
is next.
episode 6. Episode 6.
Let's move it on to episode 6.
Episode 6,
Imposter.
Imposter Syndrome. Hoping to hijack the Infinity before its scheduled destruction, Dahl and the crew create hologram doubles to cover for their absence.
All right, this episode I loved because
It was terrific. Yeah,
it was so well done, because they had to fight themselves because the holograms that they made were so good. They were doing the mission. Oh, we got this. I always thought that was brilliant. It's like, I would never think the holograms would be that intelligent that they would try to do the mission. So I love that. And then
it is a great episode, but it has one thing that really annoyed me, and Jace knows what I'm about to go on. It started with that 24-hour prior trope, which is just lazy storytelling. It annoys me. This episode was solid enough. It didn't need it. And it's bait. That's the concept of that idea. It's to bait the audiences. Oh, you look what's coming up. How about just let us see it? At episode 6, we're all bought into the show at this point, aren't we?
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. And I actually think it would have been the scene where they do kind of trap him would have been better if we hadn't seen that in the beginning of the episode. But besides that, it is really fun episode.
Now, were there any? Well, I mean, you turn them off, but like, did you think that there were any switches where you were actually on the side of the hologram version of the character? No.
Yeah, I kind of thought. I thought that Pog was being way too stuck up about things, and the other one was being way too depressed. I thought, okay, they're gonna flip that. Yeah, but I do like the whole existential crisis. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Except for Rock, who seemed to be the only one who got along with her. So.
Yeah, that's right.
They were like,
of course she did. It's Rock. Rock is so pure and wonderful, and we will protect her.
That's what's awesome about it. That's what's awesome about it.
We got a great comment, but we're gonna bring the comments up in a minute. But there's a really good one about this episode. Zero, that character really didn't have too much to do in this episode. Just kind of floating along,
it's a quiet episode for Zero, but Zero gets
but Zero's her own full episode. We'll get to that.
Later on.
But and then they ultimately get into the time ship and slipstream into the past and get things handled
into the past.
I have got a question for you guys and your thoughts on this, because you think, going back to the Voyager versus the Protostar, And it made me think the Voyager was constructed in a time where it's still military-minded, right? They're still cleaning up some battles. Is the Protostar design kind of Starfleet's hope for the next future for them? Because it seems to be more going back to an exploratory design.
That question is answered in the second half of the season.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Something to look forward to. Something to look forward to.
Yep. Okay. No, that's cool. Zip that until next week.
We'll check that out next week. Also, the Protostar to me also seems like a more advanced ship where they can do more with less. So that always bugs me. It's like, why would you want to eliminate certain things? Like, you should kind of keep it together. But anyway, let's move on to the next episode. Or it's the comments time.
We're going back at the chat.
Yes, we're going to say hello to all our friends here, including the wonderful Grayson, who has some amazing writing, but his comment really got really amazing. I have to watch again. Why couldn't they say computer freeze holograms?
I would guess that Rock Talk would have figured somebody would have done that at one point and probably circumvented that command so that no one could freeze the holograms against her will. Now, I don't think it's mentioned
didn't they also say that she designed it to be an exact match that no sensors would be able to pick it up? That seems kind of part of that. Like, even the computer couldn't recognize the voice or the difference between the holograms.
Yeah. I think they could have said something about the whole computer freeze program thing, but that's just what I think. But yeah, I mean, it's a good observation.
Very good. Grayson's always nailing it. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Please sure to like the video. We'd appreciate it. Liz says, My Figure Universe, which one are you on IG? The one selling handbags or painting rocks? Seriously, there are too many. So neither.
Neither. Go check him out and you'll get to see what wonderful content he puts up.
Literally what his handle is here is what his handle is on IG, My Figure Universe. He shares some amazing products that we've seen and have not seen. So it's a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of, oh, wow, I didn't know they made that. Very interesting premise there. With everything that happened in season 2, it is insane that Paramount Plus would want to throw this out as they did. Totally agree.
I mean,
this
like
was
the show
Paramount seems Paramount seems determined to alienate their best talents at this point.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
I mean, how do they would have seen some of these episodes? Some of the earlier ones would have been complete.
Right.
They knew they had gold.
Right.
This is quality. I mean, without, spoiling things, this is a quality show. They knew what they had, but Nickelodeon seems to be the dark
horse in the corner. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
The time badge that went to Gondala reminds me of O'Brien's time badge in DS9. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sure it probably did. Yeah.
Yeah. This is hilarious. Ready? Liz, I'm at My Figure Universe.
Yeah, they were going to figure that out.
Wait. No rocks. No handbags.
No rocks, no handbags, just figures.
Yeah.
Please.
That's funny.
They're so cordial. I love it.
Yeah, it's such a great guy. Yeah.
Jellicoe did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Jellicoe did nothing wrong. The crew were being creeps to him.
And he also knew exactly what was going on. And he's really allowing Janeway to do what she wants, which also goes to quality.
Don't go in that wormhole. I have something in my eye. Don't go in that wormhole.
Yeah. And then Grayson says, yes, they puzzle piece this show perfectly into the universe. Yeah, there was a little bit of elements into everything, even other universes like the Matrix.
There's a lot. So. Yeah, there's a lot in the second season that does that, and I don't want to talk about it right now because I don't want to spoil anything. But they did some stuff in the second season, then the second part of the season that I really, really enjoyed. That just puts a wonderful little rose on it at the end.
This season accomplishes making me wish Playmates toys would have continued making the figures.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't know any.
I'm still angry about that. I'm still angry.
We are getting a Protostar, I believe, from another.
I think we're getting it from whatever company bought up Eagle Moss. I can't remember their names right now, but they're coming out with Protostar later. I think they're going to do the Titan A and the
Stargazer,
the Farragut. the Stargazer, and then I think their second wave is going to have Protostar in it, which I want that.
Okay,
ship.
they're the ships, right?
Mhm.
That's the ships, but really figures. They need to get good. I want to see figures and play sets.
Well, they
Yes.
have those like the really expensive figures now that are like super hyper detailed.
Yeah, but that's man.
I want the
ones
cheap
that I can
piece
just
of
play with,
crap
not the ones I got to
plastic.
display.
Yeah.
Fan home, yes, it was fan home. Thank you, my figure universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to forgive Playmates for just absolutely bungling the second wave of figures they got to do, because it was just like, oh, hey everybody, we've got the second wave of figures. Look at this. We're going to give you all the figures you have already. Why aren't they selling?
Yeah. They bungled that. That part bothered me. It was like the fact that the holograms could read the minds of the real people. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I didn't buy that completely.
Yeah. I feel like there's a kind of certain character up for Torchwood style spinoff. That's true.
I wouldn't mind that.
There's a couple of things they do in the first half of the season that could have probably, they thought, well, we'll just put this here because you never know, it could lead to something else. But
All right, let's go back into it.
We are now up to the Fast and the Curious. No, I don't believe we are. No, we are.
We are.
We are.
Fast and the Curious. So this one was cool because we got to see the.
Excuse me.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Stop talking. Stop talking. After using a Borg conduit to travel through time faster, Dahl and his friends find themselves at the mercy of a demanding Kazon. I did not like this episode.
No. You didn't like Wish Klingon?
Nope. It was just basically, here's the story going along, nice at a clip, and boom, here's this episode. We're gonna stop, and we're gonna have a freaking race with the Kazon.
It's episode 1. We're having a pod race halfway through it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Except it's not fun.
This is pod racing.
Hey, this is Dahl's 15th episode on working as a team. Yay! Maybe it'll stick this time.
How does the sonic toilet work?
It's like the toilets in it's like the toilets in Japan, only with sound.
All the poo's coming right off of me.
But does it just like blow it away? Does it vibrate out of existence, your feces?
I think so.
Maybe it's like phasers on a very low setting, just kind of.
It's like, you know how you stop one of those symbionts from Spider-Man? Yeah, that's what they do with the
so you got a few people running around with it cold.
It comes off of you like going.
Yes. Definitely from me.
Now I really hope they have to press 3 seashells to make it work, though.
Oh yes, the 3 seashells.
It was cool about the Borg's transwarp portal, getting to use that again.
Yeah, but was the Kazon and like was the what was that thing that the Kazon ended up snatching that kind of took over everybody? Was it like a proto-Borg or something?
It was basically Alice from that Voyager episode. And I think that's another reason why I didn't like this episode, because Voyager did it. And Alice is already a butt episode as it is. And Voyager did it better.
Wow.
It sounded like Janeway, the voice of the computer. I wonder if she did the voice.
No, it's probably Tommy again.
Yeah. It just felt like, we're just going to... This is a filler episode.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to a favorite episode of mine. Episode number 8.
Well.
In there, in beauty, no truth.
The crew... Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing at you saying it that way. The crew detours to a colony of non-corporeal entities who offer Zero an opportunity to obtain a physical body. Janeway discovers Dahl's true intentions.
This is the midsummer episode, I was calling it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Midsummer's Night.
It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like, no offense, it's a good episode, but it's very telegraphed.
Yeah.
Like the moment you go, this place is evil. This place is evil.
That's exactly.
But it wasn't evil, though. It was all about sensations, and it was all about feeling. And I don't know. I kind of liked the idea of this colony of non-corporeals celebrating sensations of all kinds, including fear and pain. And I really liked that. I thought that was really cool. And Zero's new body,
it was cool.
It was neat. I love the Zero in the eyes.
Yeah, they still have the.
I love the fact they made them
eyes.
very tall.
Yeah.
I also love the fact I don't know if they've ever. I don't know if I've just never noticed, but they were using they them pronouns with Zero, which I think makes Zero like more non-corporeal. I think, and I really like that.
No, their suits basically, they're Iron Man suits.
Yeah,
they're organic ones.
Yeah,
very cool. Very cool. It's a great idea, and yes, I love the fear part of it the most. That they were celebrating fear. That whole race was about that because they've never felt anything before.
They're experiencing all of
that sensation. Even when he's running, he goes. At one point, he goes, "Oh, it's like my hairs on the back of my neck are standing up." Is that what that is?
Yeah, because they got that giant thing that was eating everybody.
Which was
it looked like a mix between like a manatee and a whale shark.
I never could have picked that they were going to go in this direction with Zero, and that's what I loved about this episode. It was truly surprising that they did this with this character for me, and I thought it was so well done. And I'm glad they don't bail out of it. And even at the end of the episode, where you go, well, if you leave this planet, you're going to degrade. Is basically you're going to get old.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. You're just going to get old. You're going to age like everyone else, off the planet.
I thought it was going to be like a rapid degrade, but when she was fine, when they were fine, I was like, oh, okay. So you're just a regular old, you're going to be an old person.
It may be an episode later on of episodes we haven't seen, Joe.
Yes.
That happens, but I hope it isn't the case because I just like the idea that's Zero now. That's Zero.
I agree. Yeah. Jason or Gaston, do you have anything you want to add on that one?
Oh no, I really enjoyed it. As I said, it was a cool look at I don't know. I like the combination. I like the comparison to Midsummer, but it was all in good fun. I thought it wasn't evil. Nobody was getting sacrificed. It was just basically let's scare the hell out of ourselves. Oh no, Doll got eaten.
Yeah. What a great save to get Doll out of there too. That was kind of fun.
But there's a great moment whenever they're both in that creature's mouth, and Zero looks over the edge and sees the sunset, and then instead of just enjoying it, they reach over to Doll and they show Doll the sunset, and Doll is just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a great moment because they're about to die.
Right.
And it's just like, look at the sunset. Oh, cool. It's the last one I'll ever see.
It was a beautiful moment. Beautiful.
And it also was a beautiful episode. That Zero is so selfless. Like he could have lived forever on this planet where people are going to love him. He's going to be hang out at the Feast of Senses every day if he wants. But it just goes to show how much of an amazing character he is. That
right, it's selfless.
Got to be with his family.
Yeah, love it. All right, let's hop into episode 9,
the big one.
Big one.
I guess episode 9 and 10. It's the devourer of all things. That's what they used to call me at the Chinese food restaurant.
But that's finally arriving. Show.
Finally arriving at the coordinates. May I please? Finally arriving at the coordinates, the Infinity crew discovers a hidden planet and the long-awaited identity of their mysterious messenger. On the run from their time-erasing pursuers, the Infinity crew and their new ally search for an escape. The Voyager embarks on a rescue mission.
Wow, let's just pull the Band-Aid off, right? Holy crap!
Will Wheaton came back. I love
Wheaton!
that. Yes.
It's not that he's back. It's what they've done with him.
Yeah.
It is fabulous what they've done with him.
I agree.
The fact they've made him a little nutty. that he is just kind of really a Doctor Who type of character, and that's what gives me the vibe with the whole episode, that he's basically Doctor Who in this universe. And I love the fact he's not with the Travelers at the moment. He's kind of on his own.
Yeah.
And there's just so much to love about his performance, about how they wrote that character. Oh my God, I could keep going on for hours, but I'll shut up right now.
Loved this episode. I literally went, oh my God, when Will popped up on the screen. I thought that was a really nice touch. When they were going through that door and that door was opening and they had no idea what was going to be on the other side. And I was thinking, I wonder if it's going to be John DeLance's Q or something like that. And like they did some type of Picard thing, but then it was Will and it was good. And it really kind of connected with Picard because he could pluck the kids out just like he did the character from Picard season 2, the was it Daj? Named Dodge? Soji, yes. Yeah.
We're going to write this character out of the show scene.
Yeah. We're going to write this one out. There we go. So I thought that they kind of made up for it because he had that small cameo and I thought that was underutilized, but he got a whole 2 episodes in this one so far. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I think that they did a great job with him. And I love that he's popping in through like time spaces. And he's hanging out in the 1960s, which I thought was really cool.
1968. Now, what's happening in 1968?
My uncle was born in 1968.
Well, but also Star Trek was playing, correct?
Yes, correct.
And I don't know. Surely you guys know where they were, right? They were in Gary Seven's apartment.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Gary Seven's apartment with he had the computer there and everything. It's Gary Seven's computer.
That's incredible. I did not pick up on that reference.
No, I didn't pick up on that either. This is another level of amazing.
Yeah. So again, tying them to not only TOS but also to Picard, because eventually that gets taken over by not Laris. I can't remember what her name was. Not Laris.
Not Laris. Yeah. I'm Laris, but I'm not Laris.
We love Orla Brady so much. Oh, you love Orla Brady on this show? Awesome. We're going to give you more of her, but it's not the character you love.
Yeah.
How about that?
Exactly.
For no real reason.
You don't like it. I enjoyed these 2 I guess mid-season finale, or what should have been mid-season finale episodes. I enjoyed them immensely. Of course, it's always great to see Will back. I don't know why I never worked out. It was going to be Wheaton the whole time, because for some reason my brain got stuck on Future Guy, because it was something about the way that he appeared in front of Murph. I thought, oh, it's Future Guy from Enterprise. They're finally going to tell us who it was.
That was Daniels, right?
Yeah. No, we've never learned who Future Guy was. So that's
what
I thought it was. I thought, oh, we're going to finally find out who Future Guy is. So my headcanon is Future Guy was Wheaton.
I'm over that. Yeah, I'm buying into your headcanon.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that the Loom are terrifying.
Aren't they?
It's not just that they are scary looking. It's not just they're ferocious, but it's just the way they dispose of people. The fact that they absolutely erase you completely.
That's so metal.
So metal. Yeah.
One of my favorite books in the world is called John Dies at the End. There's a movie. Don't watch it. Read the book. But there's a character who is basically taken out that way, but you're reading the book and you're just hearing these little, like, you think that they're just editorial mix-ups where, a character will say, 4 of us went in there, but there's only 3 of us. We bought 4 tickets, but there's only 3 people. And you're just like, why are they making all these mistakes? And then you find out that, I think that one of our group got erased from history, but I'm not sure. But sometimes I dream about my best friend who I don't even know if he existed or not. And it's such a terrifying concept.
Yeah. But this is almost like the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who, because they had similarly pluck you out of time and kind of erase you from existence.
My favorite part of that whole episode was when the Loom attacked and they started to slow down time. And the Andorian, I can't remember his name, but he like reaches for the band. He goes,
yeah, I love that.
Why didn't I turn this on while I was on the ship?
Yeah.
And the fact that Will couldn't stop them either. That's what made it more terrifying too, because he's constantly running from them.
Yeah.
And it's just like they are just so intimidating. And what always makes great villains is you don't know how they're going to get out of it. You just don't know.
And you had the Voyager come in to save the day, blasting full blast, going pew 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 pew, and didn't do nothing. And they just still got on the ship. Like,
the loom is just like bitch, and they run up there.
Yeah,
of course. Then of course, Janeway takes out her secret weapon.
Oh, the tank top. Yes,
the great tank top comes out, and the loom just kind of goes, and they run away. Because whenever Janeway strips down to the tank top, people be dying.
I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle the loom. I'm curious to see where this show goes from here, because there's so many wonderful things. But Jason,
I'm just going to say how disappointed I am to find out that Murph's got such a foul mouth.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't love that little bit where we were going, oh, you got such foul language.
Yeah, that was great.
Murph swears. He's an Aussie.
There it is. VHS Chase, is there anything else you want to add to this before?
No, I just did. I did my Murph joke.
Did your Murph joke. All right. We're going to go back into the comments for one last time.
That means I've got to play the clip again.
Pulaski's just sitting there in the background, just kind of going, yes. Suffer more, Pulaski demands.
Yes. So our friend My Figure Universe, this was a throwback to Voyager.
Yes, it was.
Star Trek plus vibrating toilets equals my favorite podcast. Nah, I'm assuming that's us. So thank you. Yeah.
I never would have brought it up if Jen Command brought it up.
Yeah, that's true. Fun fact, we have 3 seashells in our bathroom. There you go. That's next level cleanup there. This is regarding the people from the Zero episode, but they weren't evil.
No, not evil. Not evil.
No, they're not, because isn't their job just to eat up the timeline? Their job is to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about Zero's people.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely weren't evil.
Well, I don't think the Loom are evil either. They're just like great whites. They're just mindlessly eating.
Yeah. This is another great call. Very Avatar.
Yep.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
This episode too highlighted some of the really great CGI with the environments, because that whole planet was gorgeous.
Yeah. Even the flowers that they wore on the heads of his crowns were.
And I like their trees would like meld into the cliff sides.
Yes.
To make a kind of bridge thing, which I thought was really kind of
beautiful. Yeah. Zero's new body. There's another missed toy for Playmates. Yeah. Yep. Playmates. You done effed up.
Maybe somebody else will pick him up. I don't know.
And then you sell 2 of them, don't you?
We need Mattel to pick it up so we can get like the buff figures.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's it. Mattel needs to make the buff He-Man figures, and we can just like seamlessly put them in the
Zero the Prodigies with the He-Man body. Yeah, that'll be fun. I did that. Let's see. Emma Jane says,
"Hey, they can do it with Ninja Turtles. They can do it with wrestlers. They can do it here."
Yeah, that's true. He's also the Dr. Coded. They clearly a backdoor plot for a live action Traveler show.
Yeah, and I am
all for that. Yeah,
make it animated, and that we can bring anybody. Yeah,
a lot of fun.
If he plays it at that pitch that he did in those 2 episodes, it would be an amazing show. Because the great thing about him, he's already got this built-in energy anyway.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So to have Crusher. Like the fact they adapt that personality in this version of Crusher was a brilliant move, brilliant writing, and works so well.
Yeah,
My Figure Universe. We did mention the Lower Decks reference from the Doctor. Because the Cerritos.
Yes,
we did.
Yes, space time thought. It's way better. I'm assuming for the rest of the episode. And cool people are born in the 60s. Yes. I like it better this season. Legacy characters did it for me. Yeah, seeing Will coming back, seeing Chakotay, seeing Birdman. I don't know what his name was, but that was pretty cool.
Adreek. Justice for Adreek.
Justice for Adreek. Yeah, plot holes be damned. I agree on the
That's
future
basically
guys.
what happens this season. The Loomer coming to sew up the plot holes.
Yeah. And then the
The
Langoliers.
Langoliers.
Oh,
That's
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
remember the name of that. Yeah, that was such
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
terrible
the
movie.
That was pretty bad. Oh, Bronson
Best
Pinchot
CGI
was in
ever.
it, ripping up papers.
Yeah,
That's the one. He was like ripping up
Come
all
on,
the
you were
papers.
tuned into the second night of that miniseries when it came out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Evil Pac-Man.
Evil Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's what it
Evil
was.
Pac-Man.
What it was.
It's actually
All
a
right.
decent
Walker,
movie. Most of it.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode, Omnibus, of episodes 1 through 10 of Star Trek Prodigy. Omnibus. Be sure to join us next week for review part 2.
Yes.
I love how much thought we put into the title of these things.
Review part 2. And of course, if you are in the cons and you see our friend Xolantis, please be sure to say hello from us, the people of the Captain's Quadrant. They're still going to be so the August 2nd in Oakland, Washington, D.C., September 13th in Ancient City. That's in Augustin, Florida, excuse me, not California. October 4 through 6 and Anime Inc. in Richmond, Virginia. And then October 25th through 27th at SpaceCon in San Antonio, Texas. And then finally in December, GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio, which I think that's not too far from our friend My Figure Universe. Yes, you can see their wonderful pins that she hand makes. Blast of a job. She is amazing and beautiful. Handmade stickers, tote bags, and earrings. So be sure to visit her store, buy some things, say you're from the Captain's Quadrant, and she would appreciate that so much. And we do too.
And let's face it, if you are not getting a sexy Q pillow, what are you doing with your life?
Exactly.
I regret I never picked one up.
Yeah.
I really could have done with it on the plane ride home too.
That would have been nice. You'd have been all like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just go, why do you keep licking that pillow?
Thank you so much
for powers.
Yes. I'm hoping I can fix things with a blink of an eye. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We are a Spotify podcast, so if you want to leave a comment and let us know what you thought about our review of these episodes in this omnibus fashion, let us know. And be sure to check out the Jason Roy Gaston channel, where they're doing a lot of fun stuff. They're doing movies. Oh, look at that. Where comedy goes to die. What in the
world is that? That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I love it.
Be sure to check that out. They are doing great stuff there together over there. Be sure to go and hang out with them. And yeah, we'll see you next week with that.
For part 2.
Part 2, yes.